Hey guys, and welcome to the #1 Sports Talk show on YouTube. I'm Ty, this is Chase. We're looking at our first segment of Sports Talk with Chase and Ty. Now, this segment basically just reiterates what's going on in the sports world, what we predict for the week, and everything else that's under the sun in sports. But in this case, we'd like to start off our segment by talking about the MLB, because we're approaching that time of year where the leaves are changing and the postseason starts. Now, we have predictions on who's actually going to make it and who's not, but I'm actually going to let Chase go first with this. Who are you predicting to win the AL East?
The AL East? I gotta say the Red Sox. I really do. We gotta stay repping.
Bo Sox. Now, if you can't tell by the hat, I'm a major fan of the Red Sox. And with that being said, I can't go against my team. Plus, they're playing really awesome ball right now. And to top that off, they did end up playing the Blue Jays 2 nights ago, winning in the 19th inning after trailing 2 going into the 9th. They ended up winning 3-2. So, I can't dog them. They're playing good ball. They're playing good catch-up ball, and they're doing well. Okay, so who you got for the Central?
The Central, looking at it, for me, it was an easy pick picking Boston. But coming over to the Central, I'm going to have to pick the Chicago White Sox. Far out there, but I know it's a far ball game. But hey, break it down for me.
I'm going with Francona's bunch and the Indians. They have some heavy hitters. They're starting to come alive, and they're still firing on all cylinders from last year's World Series. Now, granted, they didn't win the World Series. They ended up losing 4-3 to the Cubs. But it was a good series. And let it be known that they still haven't won a championship in, 93 years? Something close to that. And I got to tell you, I think that streak's going to break. This is my World Series prediction as of now. Okay, I'm thinking it's going to be an Indians-Dodgers World Series, and I think the Indians are going to take it 4-2.
I really like those odds.
I mean, that's pretty good. All right, so moving on from that, let's go on to the West. Who do you got?
The West, I'm just going to throw it out there. It was really a guessing game for me. But don't dog me on this. Just don't dog me.
I might have to.
You might have to.
Let's go.
Just don't. I'm gonna have to pick the Texas Rangers.
Just now. Have you looked at their standing records, man?
I have not this year. But
okay, man. Look, we got a month. We got a month. So look at their records right now and give me a realistic pick.
Okay.
You got either Astros or Angels. Those are the only two people that you're going to get in that race. And I think the Angels could take the wild card, the second wild card. The Yankees are going to take the first because the Red Sox are going to take the East and the Astros are going to take the West. And with that being said, I think the Angels will come out on top of the Yankees because the Yankees have been slipping as of late, and the Angels are looking phenomenal, especially when they just added a good bat in Brandon Phillips. Along with them, I mean, the Astros has added a nice arm and Justin Verlander. I mean, those two trades by themselves are pretty blockbuster, pretty phenomenal. But it took a lot of minor leaguers to do that, and they had to pass waiver wire, which they did. They all made it through, and those prospects they sent over, there are good prospects. The Tigers end up getting the #1 prospect for the Astros in pitching, and they needed somebody to replace him, and they got it. So, adding to the injuries, you also have Rajai Davis. I know this was about 2 weeks ago. Rajai Davis ended up going up to the Red Sox because they needed an outfielder to replace Mookie Betts and Jackie Bradley Jr. because they both ended up getting hurt in about the same week. Now, that's not bad. That works out for us because he can work with us in many different ways. But, for now, we'll see how it goes. Chase, I want to see where you're at in the NL East. Actually, I want to see where you're at in the wild card. Who you got for wild card picks? There's two.
Two, give me my options.
Well, realistically, right now you're looking at the Yankees, you're looking at the Angels, you're looking at the Minnesota Twins. Those three are really ahead in the pack, and you got three of these. Now you might have to add in a couple other teams. I mean, it looks like right here you got the wins and losses, but you're looking at the Twins, you're looking at the Angels. You might see the Rangers pop in there. I don't really know. It's kind of just how they play in the last month of the season. I mean, it's all just a guessing game at that point. But those three are basically your big contenders. If you had to choose between those three, what two would you choose?
I would honestly have to go, and I think a lot of people looking at those three teams, you're going to have to look at a top choice as being the Yankees. They're really popular. You're shaking your head.
No, I understand. I agree. Being a Red Sox fan, it's hard for me to actually admit the Yankees are good, and they have some heavy hitters, and a stud in Aaron Judge, and they have a stud in Gary Sanchez. But realistically, I think they'll make the wild card. But I think they'll get out the wild card round to the Angels. Now, what do you got for your second pick?
My second pick, honestly, would have to be the Angels. Their record's really good this season, and looking for the future, for the wild card, I think they definitely have a choice. I went for the Yankees just because a lot more popularity. They have a lot of good hitters on their team. I've been watching a few of the games, really looking at a good, decent ball game when they're pitching and hitting.
Okay. All right, so I want to see your NL takes. I want to see the NL East. Who do you got?
NL East, I got the Washington Nationals.
That's a no-brainer to me, too. Nationals, same thing as the Yankees. Heavy hitters, really solid offense. Their pitching, it's pretty stellar this year. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it is a stellar rotation. They also have a pretty good bullpen, but all things set aside, that is what I'm thinking right now. Now, what do you got for the Central?
The Central, don't know if you're going to dog me on this, but we're going to have to throw it back to last year.
I'm with you. I know what you're talking about.
I don't
know exactly.
I don't have to say many words.
No. Chicago.
I do have to.
Chicago looks like they could make another run at it now. With the Dodgers being as popular as they are, and that's my pick for the West, by the way. Yeah. Dodgers being as good as they are, it's going to be tough to beat them. Now, they have been slipping as of late. They've not been, hitting very well. They've been losing a lot of games. They were very, very good midway through the season. Now, they've kind of slipped up in the last half. But they can't take away from their hitters. They can't take away from the young guns. You got Bellinger, who is really showing them what that rookie can do. He is phenomenal. Hits bombs, gets on base, plays stellar defense. You're looking at an all-out package. But there are two other contenders in the West that I actually think are going to be the wild cards, and that's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. Realistically, Now, I gave you my actual prediction for the World Series. Now, what would I like to see? I'd like to see a Red Sox-Rockies rewind in the World Series. That or a Red Sox-Cubs World Series, because those two had the longest streaks ever without a World Series, and those two would be in it. That'd be phenomenal. Now, again, the reason I want a Rockies-Red Sox rewind, I want the same result. Not to say that's going to happen, because the Rockies have been a lot better since 2007. But I'm optimistic about that. My pick still stands for what I think realistically is going to happen. And it may not. It's your choice, your call on this. But that's what I think. Now, that's my picks for the wild card, Chase. Who you got? Who you got? Based on your standings.
Based on my standings,
I mean, you got really three teams that you can really choose from. And maybe four. Maybe. But I'm thinking more realistically, you got three. You got the Brewers from the Central.
Okay.
You got the Diamondbacks from the West, and you got the Rockies from the West.
I really like the Arizona Diamondbacks. I really like them. But I'm going to have to go with the Colorado Rockies.
You get two.
I get two?
You get two.
Let's go for both of them. The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Now, who are you going to call is coming out on top of that, though?
Coming out on top,
in that one-game series. That's all I get. They get that one-game series, that two-team, one-game series. What do you got? Who do you got?
You're putting the pressure down. I'm going to have to go with the Diamondbacks.
And I'll go Diamondbacks. I'm going to go Rockies. I wouldn't say I have money on it, because I don't. But, man, the way they've been playing, they have players that are leading the leaderboards all over it. They got guys like Charlie Blackmon. They got guys like Nolan Arenado. Two solid hitters that really bring that lineup together. Arenado leads the league in RBIs. And Charlie Blackmon's up there in average. And you're looking at some good batting back and forth between those two. Plus, they got a lot of heavy hitters. I mean, you can't forget Seagon, who's been playing with them forever. That still is a threat with a bat. With a stick in his hand, he can still whack a ball 450 feet. Now, that's your pick for that. Okay? What's your prediction for World Series?
The World Series, and I was gonna mention this, and I was hoping you were gonna come to this question. For me, seeing the Cubs winning the World Series last year, don't want to bandwagon this, but I think it'd be cool to see, maybe a back-to-back World Series playoff. But, both being Red Sox fans, I think we both want the Red Sox to go there. But like you said earlier, the Dodgers, and who else did you say you wanted in your World Series?
I mean, I want the Red Sox, but Indians are looking pretty good, and so are the Astros. So it's kind of a toss-up between those three. I would think, even if the Angels or the Yankees get it, and I still think they're going to get out. After that round, now Rockies and Diamondbacks may be a little different. They're a little higher up on the spectrum. But all in all, I still think that it's a good plan. It's a good feeling for me to have the Indians.
And I like those choices. Definitely, my World Series definitely going to have to come either between picking the Indians or picking the Cubs. And I would like to see the Cubs go back to back.
Okay.
2016, 2017, let's try it.
All right, so we're going to move into the football corner. Let's bring it in. All right, so what we got? Our matchups this week. Tonight actually is included. Tonight we're looking at the Patriots versus the Chiefs. Kickoff of the NFL season. And who do you think I got? I'm a Red Sox fan, but you know what else I am? I am by far a Patriots fan. And being a Patriots fan, I cannot ever go against my team. Now, I consider them the odds-on favorite for this entire season. Because Belichick and Brady have a repertoire that go beyond any quarterback coach duo. Now, there are other games this week, and I will say that since I'm choosing the Patriots as my first one, what we got for the next? What do you got for tonight?
For tonight, I do in fact agree with you on this one. Patriots definitely looking great, winning the Super Bowl last year. But overall, versus the Chiefs, I really do think that they're going to come out on top. They're looking great defensively, and their preseason wasn't the best. It wasn't stellar, but I think we're definitely going to look at a great ball game tonight. We're going to look definitely for the highlights. I'm going to have to go Patriots out on top here.
Okay, so what do you got for the first Sunday morning game when you're looking at the Jets at the Bills? Who you got?
For our first Sunday night.
Sunday morning.
Man, already mixing me up here.
Who you got? Between the Jets and the Bills. Who you got? Who you got that gut feeling for? We're just gonna go down the list. We're gonna go right down the list.
Didn't really put much thought into it. Definitely gonna have to go with the Bills.
Good choice. That's what I'm choosing. Eagles, Redskins. Eagles at Redskins.
Let's go with it.
Now they do play twice this year, and they are a pretty decent rivalry. So you kind of have to add in. It's playoff. It's a divisional rivalry.
Okay. Let's go with the Redskins. Got that gut feeling. Not gonna put money down on it. But let's see some different kind of upsets here. Let's go with the Redskins.
That's what I got. You got the Raiders versus the Titans. Who you got? I'm going Raiders all the way. Derek Carr really shows me promise, and he's got a really good offense to work with, especially since they just added Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch. And just remember, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
The Raiders was one of the first NFL games I watched, and I will go with your decision, and we'll definitely agree on something that are definitely going to go with the Raiders.
All right, so you got Jags, Texans, at Texans. Now, keep in mind, the Texans aren't playing in front of the normal crowd. They're actually playing in Dallas. Because of all the hurricane stuff that went through, Houston's stadium is actually swamped right now. So, they are playing... They're playing somewhere. I don't know. But what you got?
Let's put them out on top. Let's bring Texas up. Let's go with the Texans.
I agree. You got the Cardinals and the Lions. Now that's a tough one. This is going to be a toss-up for me. But overall, if I'm looking at offenses and I'm looking at defenses, I mean, Cardinals have a better defense. I'll give them that all day. Faster, younger, stronger. But, Lions are my pick. Matt Stafford, Golden Tate, working the outsides, working the middle. Doesn't matter who you got. I believe them and Abdullah tear apart that Cardinals defense. What you got?
And I'm going to say it all night. Defense is a great strategy. Defense wins championships. A lot of people say that, and I'm going to go against you and definitely say the Cardinals.
Okay. I can actually
agree with
you on that. In some aspect, it is a toss-up, so it's gonna be one of those hit or miss. You know, you gotta go against what you gotta go against. You got the Steelers Browns. This is a no-brainer for me. I got Steelers. Nothing against the Browns. They are a talented group. They're really surprising me after that last year, starting off already. But Steelers had that stellar offense, that stellar offensive trio of Roethlisberger, Bell. I don't know why I'm spacing his name. Jesus Christ! Why am I having a problem with this? Oh, Antonio Brown. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Good.
I spaced that. I'm not sure why. I don't have a teleprompter up there. We're just talking. All right. I'm thinking based on the shirt. So you got.
I do. I really do think the Steelers are definitely going to come on top. I do like the Browns, but definitely going to go for the Steelers.
Okay, now you got the losers of last year's Super Bowl, Falcons versus Bears. I'm going Falcons. They still have that stellar offense. No offense to all the Bears fans, especially Caleb, who's on our channel. But I gotta go Falcons. They're a strong team. Bears are looking like they could really upset them, though. So if it does happen that way, kudos to the Bears, but I'm giving the Falcons the nod.
Definitely used to be a Bears fan before switching into college and watching more college football, but still staying in the NFL. Definitely going to agree with you there. Go towards the Falcons. Definitely looking like a good game.
All right. You got the Ravens-Bengals. This one's more of a toss-up for me as well. This is actually another divisional rivalry starting off. Now, I got the Ravens for one of two reasons. One, Ravens, they somehow seem like they can come on top of anybody, even the Patriots. I mean, I'm a Patriots fan, and I've seen the Ravens come on top of the Patriots 3-4 times in my lifetime, and they've only played them so many times. So, I'm going Ravens. Who you got?
And I like your logic on everything, and including that. Definitely gonna agree with you. The Ravens definitely need to come out on top there.
Now I know you wanted to wear your Colts jersey.
I did.
I know you do. But you gotta listen to this next matchup. You got the Colts versus the Rams. Who you got coming on top?
If I would have worn my Colts jersey, I think it would have been an easy pick. and I'm probably still going to go with the Colts. We live in Indiana. I mean, not really my first pick to go with, but I think definitely the Colts can maybe come up on top of that game.
All right. So what I got on this is the Rams. The Rams just got a stud receiver in Sammy Watkins, and they just got him for basically nothing. Plus they have Todd Gurley. Plus they're trying some new things at quarterback. We'll see how it works out. I'm not sure what they're going with right now, but I for one see the Rams come up. Now let's go speed round through these next three. Okay. Panthers, Niners.
Niners.
Going Panthers. Panthers win. You like you said before, defenses win championships. Panthers have one of the best. All right. Giants, Cowboys.
Giants for sure.
Giants myself. The reason I said that, Cowboys lost Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games. All right. So what we got? We got one more game, 2 more games, 3 more games. I like. We got those Saints Vikings.
This morning, I watched a Saints documentary about a new player coming to their team in 2015. I'm going to have to go with the Saints.
Now, Saints just got rid of their star receiver.
They did.
They traded him to the Patriots, which I'm very happy
See?
for. I'm very happy for. But, in this case, I will have to go with the Saints. Saints, no matter what, Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, regardless of the situation. He's always on top. So I'm going Saints. Last but not least, for the week, Chargers at Broncos. It's a toss-up for them. Now, for all you Broncos fans out there, I'm sorry, but I'm going with the Chargers. Broncos are still trying to figure out what they're doing with their quarterback. While they still have the defense, their offense is slipping. You can't score points if your offense isn't scoring them. So, that's actually a lie. You can score defensive points, but odds of you doing that are pretty slim. Anyways, I'm going Chargers. Chargers have a really solid offensive core between Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers, and all their stud receivers on the outside. I'm going with the Chargers.
And I will agree with you. The Chargers definitely going to win that game for sure. Hoping. Nothing set in stone, but hoping. And I mean, I do agree with you. The offense on the Broncos just not there at the quarterback. But definitely.
All right, let's get into the last segment of the podcast. We're going to talk about what happened 2 weeks ago. The match of a century. This might give an uproar, but you know what, guys? I'm talking about it. We're talking about the Mayweather-McGregor fight. Mayweather-McGregor fight. Now, who did you have initially? Who did you have?
Initially, I did have Mayweather.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people did have Mayweather. And some people did have McGregor.
Now, did you have a slight hope that Mayweather would lose?
A little part of me thought, what if he did lose? What if McGregor did win? That was going to be history. No matter what, it was going to be history. But if McGregor would have won, I did have a slight hope. But I definitely wanted Mayweather to win. What about you?
Now, I was calling Mayweather all the way. Mayweather has made a career out of dodging punches, hitting soft, winning by decision in the full amount of rounds. And I had it that exact way. Now, I fell up short. I fell up short by 2 rounds and a knockout. Now, by that I mean McGregor was TKO'd. Now, there's a lot of controversy whether or not he should have been TKO'd because he never told the ref to stop and he never got off his feet. He was staggering on the ropes, but I will say, he was staggering on the ropes, but he can take a punch like nobody. He is a fighter, for sure. And you know what? I will honestly give the nod to him and say, hey, Congrats. It was his first ever boxing fight, and he lasted 10 rounds with the world champ. Now, Mayweather did win, went 50-0. Now he's going to slowly resort back to retirement. Now, retirement isn't exactly all glamorous, but in his case, it is. He's won $1 billion in his career. So I will say, congrats to Mayweather on that. Congrats to McGregor. But if anybody's actually read reports, you know what McGregor actually told Dana White when he went back after the fight? He told Dana, "I'm sorry," and Dana told him, "You're a winner in my book," because guess what? He lasted 10 rounds with the champ and did a damn good job doing it. So, with that, I think we'll close up our podcast. Before we go, though, I will say, 2 weeks from this week, 2 weeks, there will be a disc golf tournament on the SSNG. Tune in, watch us live as we play 18 holes, reds and blues, for a championship here at Tower Park. All right, guys. With all that being said, I think we're done. Again, I'm Ty. That's Chase. And this is Sports Talk. See you next week.